Like a Maya
Yes.
painting.
So I was born to be an architect.
到达 Chiapas 的第一天，我先在离机场最近的 Tuxtla 住了一晚，然后我的目的地是 San Cristobal de las Casas， 也是 Chiapas 游客最多的一个小镇。从旅馆 check out， 打车去巴士站，坐巴士，再打车，就抵达了我在这里的第一个 Airbnb， 建筑设计师 Kees 的家里。
This interconnects with the areas where we live. This is a fireplace. Here's so this one is mine, and that one.
Oh, cool. So you propose and design.
Yeah.
Wow. So you were American or Mexican?
My family comes from the Netherlands. Well, I was born in Mexico City.
Ah,
But when I came here for work in Chiapas, and
what kind of work? Like architect?
I came here to work on a copy of the mural paintings.
Or painting?
We did a copy for the United States, and the way to reach that place was by a little airplane, and the airplanes left here from San Cristobal. That's the way I got to know San Cristobal. I had to come here to wait for my airplane to go to the jungle area. Well,
To jungle?
this is here, you're in the highlands, but there's an area that we call the jungle that is more like a tropical. We needed to make sketches there.
In the jungle.
Yes, because that's where the original paintings are.
Oh, like a Maya
Yes,
painting. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
from the classic Mayas.
Wow.
Complicated. That's our family story. Is complicated. But what is your story?
I'm from China.
You were born in China?
Yeah, born and grow in China.
Wow.
But I went to study in United States first,
Yes.
and then also in Canada. And my boyfriend is Mexican,
Okay.
so that's why I start to know about Mexico and travel.
Okay.
然后 Kees 邀请了我去他的 studio。
Those are projects for buildings. There was a project that was supposed to be made here in the mountains, but they backed
But
out
they
of
didn't.
it. Apartment for rent, and it was all based on gathering rainwater because there was no water there. And there was
The roof gathers
yeah,
rainwater.
and then it came all here to a reservoir. At the last moment,
They don't want.
they said
But
no,
they pay you?
and they didn't pay.
They didn't pay.
No, that also happens a lot. Where I did projects.
In Mexico?
Yes. This is a sculpture that is here in the mountains.
It's still there.
Yeah, another sculpture. This is another sculpture.
You carve it by hand?
Yes.
You get inspired by like Maya, their
I
patterns?
think, yes, that I have a lot to thank to the Mayan culture, yes. A hospital.
In Chiapas?
Yes, it's like 100 kilometers from here.
Like the government find you or?
And now a private foundation, a Dutch foundation, the Schumacher Kramer Foundation.
Oh, Dutch foundation.
Yes, this is run by sisters, Catholic sisters. So there was a director, but that director wanted to push somebody who was specialized in designing hospitals, a young architect. But instead of bringing like a model or a good-looking drawing that would be appealing, he brought just very boring stuff like the cost of the wood, the cost of the stone. The person from the Dutch Foundation got so bored that she took his stuff and she threw it away in a very rude way. And then she screamed to me, and you are going to make that hospital, to me, without me being an architect.
At that time you weren't architect.
No.
What?
It's the law of the jungle here. Really.
So at that time, you just happened to be standing there when they're having the conversation with the architect.
Yeah, no, I drove because the lady is a good friend, and I drove her in my car, the one who from the foundation that paid for the project.
You drive her to the meeting.
I drove her to, yes,
And then
kind of
you
rough
end up
there.
being the architect.
Yeah. So I was bombed to be an architect.
So I don't need to go to architecture school if I want to be architect. I just
No,
find the fate, the destiny.
Just start work. It worked in Chiapas where there is no law.
No law.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, Mexico in general, maybe.
Maybe it will be different in Mexico City, and
Yeah.
not to talk about Europe, or I don't know how China is.
Depends on the places too. Not so spontaneous.
No.
No, not as
No, I
spontaneous
guess
as
not.
here.
No.
Wow.
I think that for Mexicans it's easier to understand than for people from other places in the world. They say,
Yeah,
what?
that's why I
possible?"
like
Yeah.
coming to Mexico, because when I go to Canada, so many rules for everything.
Every strange thing.
Yes,
I mean,
I
we
don't like
couldn't
it.
have this garden
Yeah,
there
yeah.
because they wouldn't approve it.
Yeah, I feel like for people who want to create something, like, you know, photographer, artist, whatever, here is more inspiring because there's no
Absolutely.
rules.
Yes,
I mean, there's rules, but
Yes.
not many.
absolutely. No, yeah, that is totally true.
In Netherlands, there's a lot of rules.
Oh, it's so tied to rules, it's unbelievable. You can hardly sneeze if you need a permit. For, maybe you will
just
need a
permit for
permit
existing.
for sneezing. Yes.
然后我在逛花园的时候遇到了 Gamaliel。Gamaliel 是 Kees 的儿子，他又是一个摄影师，而且他是一个很特别的摄影师。You don't usually live here?
I would know. I was living in Guadalajara, and then I was living 15 years in Mexico City. I have months and money to create something. It just comes, like, I cannot explain it. Just like, boom.
So this is like plastic.
Yeah, I love cellophane, and I just like made like the boat and the ocean.
But this was done like in a studio, in
a living room.
In your room.
In a living room. I want to put like this one around. I created this like maze in my living room.
In your living room.
In my house. Just like panels of like plant and these fake plants, but then I put real plants. And here I made like the wings myself, and they were hanging. I love like interesting fabrics. I love like this.
You sew them and design them and sew them.
Yeah.
Wow. You look like you're ready to fly.
I'm ready to fly. Yeah.
我在这里的这段时间，Gamaliel都在 work on 他的下一个 project。他在为这个拍摄造一个飞机。我在这里度过了4个夜晚。冬天的 San Cristobal 晚上很冷，所以晚上必须要在房间里生火。但我发现生活也是一门学问。刚开始的时候，自己造的火堆，花了1个小时也生不起火。后来我才发现，每一根木棍摆放的位置都有讲究，花了好几个晚上的练习才越来越熟练。第2天 Kees 又邀请我去他的客厅和他的朋友一起喝下午茶，然后又带我去了他的 studio。 These are, I think, very like small village.
And how are they divided?
This I don't know because it's not where I'm from. Okay, I'm from Shanghai. So one traditional architecture in Shanghai is this kind of style. So even though now it's romantic, at the time people living there, they don't like it because it's very dirty.
Yeah.
A lot of people share
Too
same.
many people.
But now it looks nice.
They turn it into what?
A coffee shop, restaurants. Now it's very commercialized. Like
Okay,
it's a
they're
lot of
becoming capitalistic, no?
very,
Yes.
especially like Shanghai. This is the hospital.
Yeah, it's just a circle that communicates everything. Here, this is the corridor that goes around. And those are the different areas where here are the first drawings I made with my own hand and color pencils. In the previous page there was a harp, no? And the drum, the harp, and a flute.
Yes. Here.
Like here's the harp, a guitar, harp, flute, no loudspeakers, nothing. With the US water lines, where we made water projects. Approaching by airplane, you see.
Oh, was this you?
Yeah. Those people were so wonderful and generous. And
Yeah, I can imagine. They speak Spanish or?
a little bit. The women didn't. You see the sisters. The kids discovered that an umbrella was the most precious toy they could dream of. And they played and played. That was the first time they saw an umbrella. This person came a few days ago and he was sent by the people to see if I was still alive, because they had told him that I had died. And he came all the way
from the
he
jungle.
was sent by the people there to inquire whether I had died or I was still alive.
Oh.
I thought it was so sweet of it.
You know what? I feel you should publish a book about your photos.
Yes.
And the stories of this project.